Right, good morning. MCQ, there are 50 questions available in yellow paper, and there are 6 questions available in the second paper. You have to answer 5 questions, including 1 and 2. Therefore, question 1 and 2 compulsory. 1 definitely company sum. Second one relevant for management account parts. Second one included overhead lesson definitely more than 20 marks. And stock level sometimes is given, as well as stock ledger. Sometimes there are CV penalties part. Think about management account parts, also compulsory. Cash flow separate question available. Not for profit making organization separate question. Partnership separate question. CV penalties separate question. 20 marks. Then other lesson 5 question. Sometimes there's prime and books also. Sorry, economic equation. Question number 3 definitely. From think about 2019 and 20 paper. 40 marks relevant for economic equation also. Very, very important parts. And think about definition of elements of financial statement. There's definitely based on new conceptual framework, revised conceptual framework. There's definition of elements of financial statement. This is the definition of assets. Asset is a present economic resource controlled by the entity as a result of past events. Definition you have to keep in mind. Asset is a present economic resource controlled by entity as a result of past events. And liability is a present obligation of the entity to transfer economic resource as a result of past events and obligation. Think liability. What is the definition? Or give part paper have asset or definition may part liability. This part you have to keep in mind. Liability is a present obligation of the entity to transfer economic resource as a result of past events and obligation. And this is income and expense definition. Those are the revised definition. After 2019, definition change. Then income, increase in assets or decrease in liability that result in increase in equity, other than those contribution from holders of equity. It means other than additional capital. Additional capital natuva, asset වැඩිවීමක් නිසා හරි liability අඩුවීමක් නිසා equity වැඩි වෙනවා. Those are called income. Definition very important. There's MCQ paper. Last year paper there's revised definition of assets. As well as objective financial statement last year paper they asked. So මේ තුන තමයි අහන්න තියෙන්නේ. Therefore very, very important these parts. Think definition of expense, decrease in assets or increase in liability that result in decrease in equity other than drawings. Again, drawings නැතුව asset වල අඩුවීමක් නිසා හරි liability වල වැඩිවීමක් නිසා equity එක අඩු වෙනවා නම් those are called expense. equity අඩු වෙන්න ඕන drawings වල නැතුව. එක්කෝ asset අඩුවීමක් නිසා නැත්නම් liability වැඩිවීමක් නිසා. Those are called expenses. And income also, if it is income, equity should be increased. Equity වැඩි වෙන්න ඕන additional capital නැතුව. මොකක්ින්දද? asset වැඩිවීමක් නිසා හරි liability අඩුවීමක් නිසා. Those are the definition of income and expense, elements of financial statement. And this is objective. The main objective of general purpose financial reports is to provide financial information about the reporting entity that it's useful to existing and potential investors, lenders, and other creditors. You have to keep it in mind. Definition normally they ask in the MCQ paper, revised definition. As well as they ask this part, think what if they ask what is inventory, what is answer? Inventory are the raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. As well as you have to know how to calculate cost value of inventory. cost of purchase, cost of conversion, and other cost. And you have to know how to calculate net realizable value of inventory equal estimate selling price minus estimate selling expense minus estimate further completion cost. And you have to know characteristic of property, plant, equipment. Property, plant, equipment, it should be tangible, lifetime more than 1 year, as well as it should be used for administration, distribution, production, or in purpose. You have to know depreciable amount, how to calculate. Depreciable amount equal cost minus residual value as well as annual depreciation into useful lifetime. And carrying amount equal cost minus accumulated depreciation. Carrying amounts. As well as you have to know, think about concept part, fundamental accounting concept going concern. And assets and liabilities should be recognized separately as a current and non-current based on going concern. And basis for depreciation also going concern. Basis for depreciation. Debtors and creditors recognized based on accrual concepts. Debtors and creditors. And a small amount of equipment, although those assets, no need to disclose separately as assets based on materiality concepts. Accounting policy should not be changed based on consistency concepts. If accounting policy change, comparability is violated. As well as fundamental accounting concept, they ask relevancy and faithful representation, enhancing qualitative characteristics, comparability, understandability, verifiability, as well as timeliness. Sometimes there's characteristic of faithful representation, completeness, neutrality, and free from error. MCQ part they ask. And they ask, what are the criteria should be satisfied to make provision? There are 3 criteria based on LK 37. And entity has a present obligation arising from past events. It is probable that an outflow of resource, including economic benefit, will be required to settle the obligation, and amount can be measured reliably. Therefore, theoretical part they ask. And think asset purchase and finance lease. There is no legal ownership, but we have to consider as assets based on substance or form concepts. Substance or form. Name of the business should be written based on entity concepts. Name of the business. And think about drawings is not expense. Drawings is part of equity. Drawings equal dividends. Sole proprietorship and partnership available drawings in the company. Drawings venuta thiyena dividends. Therefore, dividends is not expense. Dividends paid. Right. Question number 1 to 5 relevant for ratio analysis part. Question number 1 to 5 relevant for ratio analysis. Therefore, very, very important. Lesson 13. Based on financial statement, when we are going to take decision, we have to calculate ratios. Therefore, profitability ratios, liquidity ratios, leverage ratio, efficiency ratios, as well as investment ratios. There are 5 categories. You have to know how to calculate, as well as you have to know what is the net effect as a result of each and every transaction. Example, think about current ratio. Current ratio, you have to know how to calculate. As well as you have to know, as a result of credit purchase, what is effect for current ratio. As a result of motor vehicle purchase, what is effect for current ratio. As a result of cash paid for creditors, what is effect for current ratio. Definitely they ask. Therefore, first one, think how to calculate ratios. After that, think net effect as a result of each and every transaction. As well as equation, you have to know relevant for CVP analysis lesson. Contribution per units, break-even point quantity, break-even point value, margin of safety quantity, margin of safety value, CS ratio, as well as VS ratio, and profit calculation. Graphical presentation also. Traditional break-even point charts, contribution break-even point charts, and profit volume charts. As well as each and every, think about selling price increase. variable cost increase, fixed cost increase, quantity increase, you have to know what is paid for break-even point quantity, what is paid for margin of safety quantity, what is paid for profit, what is paid for contribution points. If selling price increase, if variable cost increase, if fixed cost increase, think about sensitivity analysis. You have to know how to calculate as well as what is effect. And think about last lesson, capital investment decision. Also, you have to know what is net effect for net present value. If initial investment increase, if discounted factor increase, if residual value increase, if operating cash inflow increase, if operating cash outflow increase, like that, you have to know net effect for net present value. They ask MCQ paper question number 30 as well as 50. That part. Therefore, very, very important. Right. Question number 1, Balan. 1 to 5 relevant for ratio analysis. Question number 1 to 5 relevant for ratio analysis. I think there are 2 questions relevant for ratios here. ප්‍රශ්න 5ක් වැරදුනොත් MCQ වල පාර්ට්නර්ෂිප් ගාන හැදුවේ නෑ වගේ ඉෆෙක්ට් එකක් එනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ පාර්ට්නර්ෂිප් ගානට එන ලකුණු ප්‍රමාණය equal වෙනවා MCQ 5කට. A level exam. Right. Use the following information of the company. Answer question number 1 and 2. It has given profit for the year. Profit for the year means profit after tax. And given interest expense, tax expense, interim dividends paid for ordinary shareholders, and stated ordinary share capital, closing balance. But retained earning it has given opening balance. And total asset there's it has given 31st March 21. First one there's interest coverage ratio. How to calculate interest coverage ratio? Interest coverage ratio equal profit before tax plus interest divided by interest. Therefore, first one you have to know how to calculate ratios. Interest coverage ratio, profit before tax plus interest divided by interest. Try to calculate interest coverage ratio. That is a leverage ratio. Therefore, interest coverage ratio equal profit before tax plus interest divided by interest. Profit before tax you have to use. Therefore, part A there's interest coverage ratio. This is the equation you have to use. Profit before tax. But given profit for the year, therefore profit before tax can be calculated. Profit for the year plus income tax as well as interest. Profit before tax equal, it has given profit for the year. Think about this part. As well as income tax also you have to add. This is profit before tax. Therefore, profit before tax equal profit before tax equal 14,000. It has given profit for the year plus income tax plus interest. It has given interest 1,000 and divided by interest. Therefore, divided by interest, annual interest value equals 1,000. First one, there's interest cover ratio, profit before tax plus interest divided by interest. Therefore, here answer equal 15 times. Therefore, interest cover ratio equal 15 times. Answer is 15 times. 15 වතාවක් තියෙනවා interest coverage ratio. Times there's ඒ කියන්නේ interest එක cover කරගන්න පුළුවන් profit before tax plus interest වලින් 15 times. Normally when bank going to provide loan, ඒගොල්ලෝ බලනවා interest coverage ratio දිහා. ඔන්න මේක වැඩි නම් business එක හොඳයි. ඒ කියන්නේ loan ගන්න ලේසි. බැංක් එකට loan දුන්නට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. interest එක ටක් ගාලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Next one, there's return on total asset based on closing assets. Return on total assets, that is a profitability ratio. Profitability ratios. Therefore, think how to have return on total assets. Profit for the year plus interest divided by total assets. Profit for the year divided by profit for the year plus interest divided by total assets. That is a return on total assets. Return on total assets. First one, write the ratio. Profit for the year mean profit after tax plus interest divided by total assets. ඔන්න ගොඩාක් ළමයි මෙතන වරද්ද ගන්නවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ ගන්නවා profit before tax. දැන් 2019 වලට කලින් අපි හිතුවේ මේ විදිහට. ඔය 2019 වලට කලින් තියෙන past papers වල mark scheme එක ඇති profit before tax කියලා. It is not correct now. Based on new syllabus, when we are going to calculate return on asset ratio, you have to use profit for the year. Profit for the year means profit after tax. Profit after tax, then my plus interest divided by total assets into 100 as a percentage. Right now, take the answers. It has given profit for the year. It is equal profit after tax 12,000. Profit for the year equal 12,000 plus interest equal 1,000 and divided by total assets. Total asset also given it as 65,000 total assets. Profit for the year plus interest. Profit for the year plus interest. Profit for the year mean profit after tax. Then as a percentage, take the answers. Profit for the year mean profit after tax. But think about interest coverage ratio. Profit before tax plus interest divided by interest. Take answer here. Therefore, 12,000 plus 1,000 equal 13,000 divided by 65 into 100. Therefore, 20%. The answer 20%. Think a return on asset ratio. Return on assets. Profitability ratio. For increased profitability, all the profitability ratio should be increased. Therefore, here answer 20%. 20%. Ratio analysis is very important based on financial statement. So, my ratio කියන කතන්දර එන්නේ financial statement හදුවට පස්සේ. When stakeholders going to take decision. Decision ගන්න යනකොට රුපී වැලියු දිහා බලලා ගන්න බෑ අපිට. දැන් අපිට කියන්න බෑ එක business එක profit එකට වඩා අනිත් business එකේ profit එක වැඩි නම් අපිට කියන්න බෑ එහෙම මේ profit එක වැඩි business එක හොඳයි කියලා. Compare කරලා බලන්න. We have to compare with sales. We have to compare with total assets. We have to compare with equity like that. Therefore, ratios analysis. When stakeholders going to take decision based on their financial statement, based on nominal value cannot be take decision. It is not fair. Therefore, you have to calculate ratios. Ratio analysis. Right, next one, part 2, they ask, calculate the following ratios. Following, there's equity asset 31st March 21. Equity, there's equity, think assets equal liability plus equity. There's equity as well as total liability as at 31st March 21. Equity and total liability. Think assets equal liability plus equity. As well as equity included. Equity can be calculated assets minus liability, or think what composition of equity. It has given return earning, reserves and ordinary shares part of equity. Reserves and ordinary shares, those are the part of equity. Therefore, it has given ordinary shares, it has given 20,000. Ordinary shares part of equity. And retained earning opening balance it is given. Oh, this is opening balance, but there's 31st March 2021. You have to consider profit for the year as well as interim dividends also given. Closing return earning balance should be calculated. Closing return earning. Think how to calculate closing return earning. There's closing equity as well as assets. Therefore, closing equity equal ordinary shares. It has given. Think ordinary shares as well as return earning. Those are the part of equity. We are going to calculate equity as at 31st March 21. Equity as at 31st March 21. Equity we are going to calculate as at 31st March 21. Closing equity there's ordinary shares part of equity as well as return earning, ordinary shares and reserves. As a reserves in this example available only ordinary return earning. But return earning opening balance it is given. Closing balance should be calculated. Therefore, we have to calculate as at 31st March 21. But given here 31st March 20. Therefore, 10,000 that is opening balance plus profit minus it has given drawings. Drawings equal in the company some dividends. Therefore, opening balance it has given 10,000 plus profit for the year equal to 12,000. From that value, deduct dividends also. Closing balance it has given dividends 2,000. Therefore, this is the way you have to calculate closing return earning balance. It has given 31st March 20, but there's 31st March 21. Therefore, closing return earning equal 20,000. Therefore, closing equity equal. Think equity can be calculated assets minus liability or think composition of equity. This is equity as at 31st March 21. Think return earning, it has given opening balance, but closing balance should be included. As well as there's liability closing liability there's. Therefore, liability can be calculated assets minus liability. Assets equal liability plus capital. Use the accounting equation. By using accounting equation can be calculated liability also. Think assets equal liability plus equity. General equation and total asset also given. Next one there's liability. Total asset equal 65,000. As well as closing equity we know 40,000. Difference for liability. Think what would be the answer. Closing equity we know and closing asset it has given. Therefore, difference value liability. Therefore, liability value equal 45,000. There's closing equity as well as closing liability. Closing equity and closing liability they ask. Therefore, think what would be the answer question number second one. MCQ very, very important. They ask calculate equity 31st March 21. Equity balance equal rupees 40,000. Rupees 40,000. As well as they ask total liability as at 31st March 21. Total liability equal rupees 45,000. Rupees 45,000 that is a closing liability. Practice checking තමයි resource එක හැදෙන්නේ ළමයි. මම මේ ගණන් හදලා ආපහු theory part මතක් වෙනවා. Right, next one, question number 3. Question number 3 and 4 also relevant for ratio analysis part. I think there are 5 types of ratios we have discussed on A level. Think about investment ratios, earning per share and dividend per share. Leverage ratio, debt ratio, debt equity ratio, interest coverage ratio. And efficiency ratios, think debtor turnover ratio, as well as debtor turnover ratio and debt collection period, inventory turnover ratio, as well as inventory resident periods. Question number second one, where are the sorry, here value equal to 25. Assets equal liability plus equity. Therefore, liability value equal to 25,000. Assets equal liability plus equity. Therefore, here difference value equal to 25,000. Right, think about question number third one and fourth one. Also relevant for ratio analysis. Given open and closing balance, think what those are the financial statement. It has given information available in the financial statement. Now you have to know how to take decision. In accounting, we are going to provide information to the interest party to take decision. Therefore, you have to know how to take decision based on their financial statement. Right now, think about question number 3 and 4. Given total assets and stated ordinary share capital as well as retained earning. Those are the part of equity. And for the year end 31st March 21, it has given interim dividends paid ordinary shareholders and interest on bank loan. It has given 2,000 to 1,000, as well as it has given income tax for the year value 100,000. There's a profit to be used calculate return on equity ratio. Think return on equity ratio should be calculated based on profit for the year. What is the equation? Now they don't ask return on equity ratio. They ask what is the profit used to calculate return on equity ratio. Return on equity ratio equal return on equity. Profit for the year divided by equity into 100. Therefore, profit for the year, it can be calculated by using retained earning columns. Think retained earning columns, opening balance plus profit for the year minus dividends paid. Sometimes it has given reserves capitalization. Sometimes it has given transfer to the general reserves, then closing balance. Therefore, profit for the year should be used to calculate return on equity ratio. Therefore, it can be calculated by using retained earning columns. Retained earning columns. Therefore, retained earning columns. Retained earning. Retained earning. Take the given balances, opening balance, closing balance, it has given, but not available general reserves. It has not given reserves capitalization. Therefore, think about opening balance. Opening balance. Opening balance plus profit for the year. Opening balance plus profit for the year. Profit for the year means profit after tax. Profit for the year. Then minus dividends. Dividends should be deducted. Equal closing balance. Equal closing balance. Equal closing balance. It has not given reserves capitalization. It has not given transfer to the general reserves. Therefore, opening balance plus profit for the year minus dividends. Profit for the year should be plus and dividends deduct. Think by using return on columns can be calculate profit for the year. Think partnership also same theory. By using partners current accounts can be calculate profit of the partnerships. Here also same theory. Profit of the company available return earning columns. Therefore, given opening closing balance, opening balance 300,000, opening balance 300,000, and closing balance it has given 700,000. Closing balance equal 700,000. And it has given interim dividends paid. It has given interim dividends paid for ordinary shareholders 100,000. That value should be deducted. They ask profit for the year. Therefore, this value they ask. Here value. In closing balance we know opening balance plus profit for the year minus dividends paid equal closing balance. Therefore, here difference value, that is a profit for the year. Therefore, 700,000 plus 100,000. The යටේ ඉඳන් යනකොට බලන්න අනිත් පැත්තට කරන්න ඕන අපි. යටේ ඉඳන් calculate කරනකොට deduct කරපි add කරන්න ඕන. Therefore, 700,000 plus 100,000 equal 800,000 and minus 300,000. Therefore, here difference value equal 500,000. That is profit for the year. That is value should be used to calculate return on equity ratio. Profit for the year. Therefore, question number third one, answer 3. Profit for the year divided by equity into 100. They don't ask ratio. They ask what is the profit used to calculate return on equity ratio. Next one, they ask return on total assets based on average total assets of the company. I have discussed from the beginning based on closing assets. If it has not given clearly, you have to calculate based on closing assets. Return on asset ratio equal profit before tax plus interest divided by total asset. But in this example, it has given clearly based on average total assets. Average. Therefore, first one, write the equation. Return on asset ratio equal profit before tax plus interest. Return on asset ratio equal profit before tax. So profit for the year. Profit for the year. Profit before tax you have to use to calculate interest coverage ratio. But return on asset ratio equal profit for the year plus interest divided by total assets. Therefore, this is the equation you have to apply. Return on asset ratio. Profit for the year equal 500,000. It has calculated. Profit for the year equal 500,000 plus interest and given interest on bank loan equal 200,000. Therefore, interest on bank loan equal 200,000 divided by total assets. It has given based on average total assets. They ask calculations will be done based on average total assets. Therefore, here we have to use average total assets. Normally, we have to say total assets. As a total asset, you have to use closing total assets, closing. But in this example, it has given clearly based on average total assets. Therefore, as a total asset, now you have to consider average total assets. Given opening and closing assets. Therefore, average total asset equal opening asset plus closing assets divided by 2. Think opening asset equal 1.8 million. Closing asset equal 2.2 million. Therefore, here total amount equal 4 million. මෙන්න මේ දෙකේ addition එක divide by 2. Average total assets, opening asset plus closing assets divide by 2. Therefore, total value equal 4 million divided by 2 equal 2 million. Therefore, as average total asset, you have to use 2 million. Net profit for the year plus interest divided by average total assets. Therefore, average total asset equal 2 million. Therefore, average total asset equal 2 million. Into 100 as a percentage. It should be disclosed as a percentage. Therefore, into 100. All the profitability ratio you have to calculate as a percentage. Now take the answers. Therefore, total amount equals 700,000. divided by 2 million into 100 equal 35%. Therefore, 35%. This is a return on asset ratio. But as asset, you have to use average total assets. Think profitability ratios. Therefore, now think what would be the answer? Therefore, return on asset ratio equal 35%. Return on asset equal 35%. Therefore, question number 4th one, answer 5. Very, very important thing about average total assets. It has given clearly. If it has not given, you have to use closing total assets. Closing assets. Return on asset ratio, profitability ratios. Next one. Question number 5, like this example also they ask in the MCQ paper. Think question number 5. They ask which of following ratio are used to measure profitability of the entity. Think profitability can be calculated by using 4 equations. First one, gross profit ratio. Second one, net profit ratio. Third one, return on equity ratio. Fourth one, return on asset ratio. Therefore, there are 4 equations should be used to calculate profitability of the business. Earning per share relevant for investment ratios. A is not correct. Return on asset, correct. That is a profitability ratio. Debt collection periods, efficiency ratios. Debt equity ratio, leverage ratio. Return on equity also profitability ratios. Therefore, return on assets and return on equity, those are the profitability ratios available here. Answer is B and E. Therefore, question number 5, answer 4. Next one, question number 6. Question number 6. It has given 2 transactions occur in 1st April 2020 are as follow. There are 2 transactions. They ask which of the following statement show the correct net effect above transaction. They ask net effect. Record from the beginning accounting equation. Assets equal liability plus equity. Assets equal liability plus equity. First one, write the equation, then adjust. There are 2 transactions. They ask net effect. First one, record separately. Then think what could be the answer. First one, cash purchase. Second one, credit purchase. Therefore, cash purchase, think about stock increase 40,000 as well as cash decrease. Cash also assets. Net impact 0. Second one, credit purchase. Asset increase 60,000 as well as liability also increase 60,000. Therefore, think what would be the answer. There's net effect. Therefore, liability increased by 60,000 and asset also increased by 60,000. Think cash purchase. Net effect for asset 0. Net effect for asset 0. There's MCQ paper true and false also. As a result of cash purchase, net effect for asset 0. They are true and false. Therefore, answer is the second one. There's net effect. Question number 6. Think trade discount very important. Trade discount එන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම check කරනවා paper එකේ. Transaction occur after deducting trade discounts. Think what would be the answer? It has given following is an extract from purchase invoice. Think purchase invoice relevant for credit purchase. Given Paboda PLC. Trade discount also deducted. Therefore, as a purchase, you have to consider this value after deducting trade discounts. And condition, 10% discount is entitled if due amount is settled within a month. Think settled within a month, very important. If balance part settled within a month, 10% discounts. That is a cash discount. Therefore, discount relevant for creditors, that is a discount receipts. Therefore, there's discount receipts. It has given amount relevant for about transaction was settled by Tulani. It has given on 30th April 2021. This is a settled date. But think about purchase date equal 5th of April 2021. Therefore, within 1 month settled. Therefore, discount received is relevant. Which of the following journal entry is correct in recording about discounts? First one, trade discount should not be recorded. Only cash discount should be recorded. Cash discount is relevant when business going to pay cash for creditors. Therefore, this is the payable amounts. If it has paid within a month, discount received 10%. Therefore, now can be calculated discount received. Discount received should be calculated. Discount received equal correct purchase value equal 360,000. Based on that value, 10%. Therefore, discount received equal 36,000. What is double entry? Discount received account credit, creditors control account debit. Therefore, answer second one. Very important, trade discount is not relevant for double entry. That's a marketing. එකනේ මිනිස්සුන්ට අපි අඩු කරනවා කියලා පෙන්වන්න ඕන නිසා තමයි trade discount තියෙන්නේ. මොකද ලංකාවේ මිනිස්සු හුරු වෙලා ඉන්නවා මොකක් හරි දෙයක් ගන්න ගියම අඩු කරන්නේ නැද්ද කියලා අහන්න. ඒ හින්දා අහන්න කලින් අඩු කරනවා බිස්නස් එකේ. ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ අඩු කරන්න කියලා කියන්නේ නැහැ. That is a marketing. Therefore trade discount ඒ කියන්නේ price එක ගහලා තියෙන්නේ මොකටද? හරි price එකටද වැඩියෙන් ගහලා තියෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ මිනිස්සු ගිය ගමන් discount එකක් දීලා බඩු විකුණනවා. That is a marketing. Therefore, trade discount is not relevant for recording parts. Transaction occur after deducting trade discounts. There's double entry relevant for discount receipts. Discount received is a cash discount. If it has settled within 1 month, cash discount is relevant. Question number 8. Relevant for accounting concepts. Which of the following accounting concepts is related to recognizing motor vehicle was purchased by retail business under lease agreement as assets? Think right of use assets in the statement of financial position. Based on which concepts? There is no legal ownership. Again, legal පැත්තයි practical පැත්තයි පරස්පර වුණොත්. Then think about legally asset purchase under finance lease cannot be considered as asset. Reason, there is no legal ownership. Legal ownership එක තියෙන leasing company එකට. එහෙනම් අපේ asset එකක් විතර ගන්න බෑ based on legal situation. But practically that asset also, think about characteristic of asset available, used by the business and future economic benefit are expected to inflow to the business, controlled by the business. ඒ කියන්නේ asset එකක් තුල තියන්න ඕන characteristic තියෙනවා. හැබැයි legal ownership එකක් නැහැ. අන්න ඒ වගේ තත්ත්වයක් business එක ඇති වුණොත්. ඒ කියන්නේ legal තත්ත්වයයි practical පැත්තයි පරස්පර වුණොත්. අන්න ඒ වෙලාවට තමයි මේ concept අපි apply කරන්නේ. Substance of එතකොට අපි legal පැත්ත දිහා consider කරන්නේ නැතුව practical පැත්තට යන ගානක් ගන්නවා. Therefore, asset purchase under lease also can be considered as assets. But think about asset purchase under lease cannot be considered as a property, plant and equipment now. After 2019. Then 2019 වල කලින් past papers වල lease asset එකක් තියෙන PP schedule එකේ. It is not correct now. It should be recognized as a separate assets, as right of use of assets. ඒකයි company ගණන් හදනකොට market scheme එකේ තියෙන answer එකයි දැන් අපි හදන answer එකයි වෙනස්. 2019 වලට පස්සේ specifically lease and adjustment. අපි කලින් lease asset එක ගත්තේ property, plant and equipment විදියට. දැන් බලන්න 2017 ගණන් වල වගේ lease in available, those asset available, property, plant, equipment schedule. But after 2019, based on new syllabus, it should be recognized as a separate assets, as a right of use of lease property. අපිට right එකක් විතරයි තියෙන්නේ use කරන්න. Therefore, cannot be considered as a property, plant and equipment. But that asset also should be considered as asset based on substance or form concepts. As well as at the same time, you have to know, by recognizing as asset purchase under lease, which qualitative characteristic is protected? Faithful representation. By recognizing as asset purchase and lease, faithful representation is protected. Faithful representation. What is the meaning of faithful representation? To maintain faithful representation, we have to provide true and fair information. ඇත්ත දේවල් කියන්න ඕන සාධාරණ. කාටවත් පක්ෂග්‍රාහී වෙන්නේ නැතුව. True and fair information we have to provide to maintain faithful representation. Next one, question number 9. MCQ, very, very important. Normally there are 50 questions available in A-level paper. Out of 150 marks relevant for MCQ paper. මේකේ අනිවාර්යෙන් 40-45 වලින් එහා ගියොත් අනිවාර්යෙන් A+ එකට යන්න පුළුවන්. MCQ paper එකේ 35 වල එහාට ගියොත් ඒකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකේ මුල ඉන්නේ. 40 වලින් එහා පැත්තට ගියොත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැතුව ඒකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. 45 එතනින් එහාට ගියොත් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම A+ එකට යන්න පුළුවන්. Right, which of the following statement is false in relation to not for profit making organization? Not for profit making organization. Think about this part. Think separate question available in the A-level paper. ඔන්න ගොඩාක් ළමයි අතාරිනවා ඒ ගන්න. ඒ වුණාට ඒක තමයි ලේසිම ගන්න paper එක. Think practical sport club. Think sport ground, pavilion, swimming pool, then members, life members. Then think about special donation, normal donation, admission fees. Those are the things available. Then property, plant, equipment available. සාමාන්‍ය business එකක් වගේමයි. විශේෂයෙන් තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ donation වලට මොකද කරන්නේ? Life membership fee, normal membership fee. As well as සල්ලි හොයාගන්න කරන දේවල් තියෙනවා බලන්න. sport festival තියෙනවා, musical shows තියෙනවා, සමහර t-shirt ගහලා විකුණනවා. ඒ club එකේ සල්ලි හොයාගන්න කරන දේවල්. අන්න ඒකේ profit එක වෙන වෙනම හොයන්න ඕන. Sometimes it is given restaurants also. Therefore, very important, not for profit making organization. Available sport ground, swimming pool, gym, and pavilion available, assets. Then members available, life members, normal members. Then electricity expense, rent expense, insurance, manager salary, telephone bill, like that expense available. Income, main income, subscription, as well as admission fees, as well as donation. Think normal donation, special donation. Sometimes it is given donation received for created fund, sport equipment purchase fund, building construction fund. අන්න ඒවට හම්බ වෙන donation income එකක් විදිහට ගන්න කවද්ද කියලා තේරුම් ගන්න try කරන්න. Right, 9. There's which of the following statement is false? Surplus is identified when income of the business exceed expense. First one correct. Surplus equal income minus expense. Therefore, income exceed expense. Difference value that is a surplus. The fund creation by the accumulating surplus of it is a part of equity. It is a part of equity. Therefore, it is also correct. It is also correct. The fund creation by accumulating surplus of it is part of equity. Think all the fund, life membership fee fund, accumulated fund, building construction fund, as well as surplus also part of accumulated fund. Therefore, part of equity. Correct. And third one, membership fee receivable are identified as an asset of the business. That is a subscription in arrears asset. Correct. And it has given a separate fund can be maintained in such business for special purpose. Think about building construction fund available, sport equipment purchase fund available. Separate fund can be maintained. And it has given such business are maintained their accounts under double entry system. Such business are not maintained. Or not maintained based on double entry system, it is not correct. All the business organization, their books of accounts will be maintained by using double entry system. Therefore, 5 is not correct. 5 is not correct. There's false statement. Therefore, question number 9, answer 5. Question number 9, answer 5. Next one. MCQ, very, very important. The next one, 11 for company parts. Use the following information. Answer the question number 10, 11, and 12. Given following information was extracted from statement of financial position of the company. Given opening and closing balance. Given opening and closing balance 31st March 20 and 21. It has given stated ordinary share capital. Think ordinary shares. Effect for ordinary share increase. Reserves capitalization as well as effect for right issue or public issue. And given revaluation land 6,000. Effect for revaluation research columns. Revaluation research column should be recorded only revaluation surplus. And general reserves also increased by 2 million. That is a transfer amounts from return earning. And retained earning also given opening closing balance. And income tax expense for the year end 31st March 21 was estimated 35% of profit before tax. Income tax expense it has given 30% of profit before tax. And it has given rupees 3,000 was paid as dividends for the year end 31st March 21. And transfer profit to general reserves from retained earning during the year. Think general reserves also increase, reason transfer. Next one, on 31st March 21, land was revalued again. It was incurred deficit of 2.5 million in previous year revaluation. Previous year revaluation deficit available. But think about revaluation reserves account balance available 6 million. Revaluation reserves account balance available 6 million. But previous year loss. Therefore, try to recognize revaluation surplus also. And retained earning capitalization 4 million on 31st March 21. All transactions had been recorded correctly. All transactions had been recorded correctly. There's requirement, think about 10th one, they ask profit before tax for the year end 31st March 21. 11th, they ask amount to be shown in other comprehensive income of the company for the year end 31st March 21. As well as 12, they ask what is a revaluation surplus at second time revaluation as at 31st March 21. They ask second time revaluation surplus as well as and other comprehensive income included they ask value and profit before tax they ask. Profit before tax, those can be calculated by preparing retained earning columns. By preparing change in equity, prepare the changes in equity statement. It has given opening closing balance. Therefore, prepare the statement of changes in equity. Changes in equity. Ordinary shares available and revaluation reserves available, as well as general reserves also available. Prepare the retained earning change in equity. And record given balances opening and closing. After that, think about requirements. After that, think about requirements. Therefore, this is where you have to prepare a statement of change in equity and record given balances, ordinary shares, revaluation reserves, land, general reserves, retained earning. Take the given balances. Ordinary shares opening closing balance. Opening balance 20,000, closing balance 35,000. Record given information, opening balance 20,000 and closing balance equal 35,000. Revaluation reserves, it has given 6,000 closing balance. General reserves opening balance, it has given 3,000, closing balance equal 5,000. Retained earning opening balance 8,000, closing balance 12,000. Opening closing balance it has given. Thing statement of change in equity, opening and closing balance it has given. Revaluation reserves opening balance is not available. Now it has given income tax for the year. Income tax for the year end 31st March 21 was estimated 35% of profit before tax. And given dividends paid 3,000, interim dividends paid for ordinary shares, it should be deducted from retained earning columns. Interim dividends paid for ordinary shares. That value should be deducted from retained earning columns, value equal 3,000. Interim dividends paid for ordinary shares. As well as given transferred profit to general reserves from retained earning, think general reserves increased by 2,000. That is the transferred amounts from retained earning. Therefore, transfer to the general reserves 2 million. Therefore, retained earning minus 2 million and general reserves plus 2 million. Retained earning minus general reserves plus. And given on 31st March 21, land was revalued again. It was incurred deficits 2.5 million in previous year revaluation. But here it is given all transactions have been recorded correctly. Revaluation reserves account available 6,000. All transactions had been recorded correctly. Therefore, revaluation reserves account available 6,000 and previous year revaluation loss equal 2,500. It means revaluation surplus equal 8.5 million. It means revaluation profit equal 8.5 million. එනම් ගිය මේ පාර profit එක තිබිලා තියෙනවා 8.5 million. එහෙම තිබුණම තමයි previous year loss එකට equal ප්‍රමාණයක් අද expense වලට යනවා. And balance part and other comprehensive income. Therefore, revaluation reserves column available balance part. This is not this year realization profit. Reason it has given all transactions had been recorded correctly. Therefore, revaluation profit this year realization profit is equal 8.5 million. Therefore, revaluation surplus this year, revaluation surplus equal revaluation surplus this year. This year revaluation surplus equal 6 million plus this year revaluation surplus equal 6 million. It has available revaluation reserves columns plus 2.5 million. Profit එක තිබිලා තියෙන 8.5 million. Therefore, under other comprehensive income available 6 million. That is a balance part. Right now, by using those information, it has given retained earning capitalization also given 4 million. That is a bonus issue. Reserves capitalization. Here 6,000 should be included under other comprehensive income. As the total comprehensive income should be recorded, realization reserves column 6,000. And it has given retained earning capitalization. That is a bonus issue 4 million. That value also should be deducted from retained earning columns. Reserves capitalization. And it is effect for ordinary shares increase. Think ordinary shares increased by 15 million, but 4 million increase as a result of reserves capitalization. And balance part, it may be right issue, it may be share issue. Both are net effect equal. Think share capital increased by 15 million, but reserves capitalization it has given 4 million. Therefore, balance 11 million. It may be right issue, it may be public issue. Recorded same way. Right now, think about there's profit before tax. There's now by using retained earning columns, profit for the year can be calculated. Profit for the year means profit after tax can be calculated. Profit after tax. Take the answer. Closing balance sheet has given 12 million. Therefore, 12 million plus. Deduct करपो add कराना add करपो deduct करना. Therefore, 12 million plus 3 million plus 2 million plus 4 million minus 8 million. Therefore, here profit for the year equal 13 million. That is a profit after tax. But it has given profit income tax equal 30% of profit before tax. Therefore, now think how to calculate income tax. Income tax value can be calculated. Profit for the year minus income tax. Profit before tax minus income tax equal profit for the year. It has given percentage 35%. Therefore, think about profit before tax. Profit before tax minus income tax. Profit before tax minus income tax equal profit for the year. Equal profit for the year. Then profit for the year equal 13 million. Profit for the year equal 13 million. It has calculated by using retained earning columns. That value should be recorded here. Then we are going to calculate profit before tax. Think how to calculate now profit before tax. It has given income tax equal 35% based on profit before tax. It means if profit before tax equal 100, income tax equal 35%. Think like EPF and ETF. If profit before tax equal 100, income tax equal 35%, it means profit for the year equal 65. Think it has given income tax equal 35% of the profit before tax. We know profit for the year, it is equal 65%. Therefore, now can be calculate profit before tax. Therefore, profit before tax equal. Therefore, profit before tax equal. Think how to calculate value now. Therefore, profit before tax equal. Therefore, profit before tax. Profit before tax equal. Profit before tax equal. Think 13,000, that is a profit for the year, divided by 65 into 100. Therefore, this is the way you have to calculate profit before tax. Profit before tax. Take the answer. 13,000 divided by 65 into 100. Therefore, profit for the year equal 20,000. Profit for the year, so profit before tax equal 20,000. Income tax also can be calculated. We know profit for the year, it can be calculated by using return earning columns. Therefore, now think about requirements. Question number 10, they ask the profit before tax for the year end 31st March 21. Profit before tax equal rupees 20 million. Therefore, this is the way you have to calculate profit before tax. It is equal to 20 million. Therefore, question number 10 answer. Question number 10 answer 20 million. Answer is 3. Question number 11. Amount to be shown in order to other company's income. Other company's income should be recorded 6 million. Balance part. This is not revaluation profit. Revaluation profit equal 8.5 million. Then there were previous loss also. All transactions had been recorded correctly. And revaluation reserves other company's income. Therefore, other company's income equal 6 million. Question number 11, answer 1. And question number 12, they ask, what is a revaluation surplus? At second time revaluation as at 31st March 21. Therefore, revaluation surplus equal 6 million plus 2.5 million. Previous year revaluation loss available, but revaluation reserves account available only 6 million. Therefore, this year revaluation profit can be calculated. It is equal 8.5 million. Therefore, question number 12, answer 4. Very, very important. MCQ පහක් වරද්ද ගත්තොත් company ගාන partnership ගාන හැදුවේ නෑ වගේ effect එකක් එනවා. Question number 13, question number 13 11 for SLFRS 15, revenue from contract with customers. Think when we are going to recognize revenue, you have to apply 5-step model. There are 5-step models should be recognized when we are going to recognize revenue contract with customers. But may par anivaran standalone selling price also. You have to know how to recognize revenue when performance obligation is satisfied. 5-step model. When we are going to recognize revenue, there are 5 steps should be applied. Revenue from contract with customers. Then make ඔක්කොටම අදාළ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් ඔය disposal profit වගේ දේවල් අදාළ නැහැ මේක. Revenue from contract with customers. Right, there are 5-step model. First one, identify the contract with customers. Second one, identify the performance obligation. Third one, determine the transaction price. And fourth one, allocate the transaction price. And last one, recognize revenue when performance obligation is satisfied. That is the process. First one, identify the contract with customers. And second one, identify the performance obligation. After that, determine the transaction price. And third one, allocate the transaction price. And next one, recognize revenue when performance obligation is satisfied. First, step number 1, E. Step number 2, D. Step number 3, C. Fourth step, D. Last step, A. Therefore, answer is E, DCBA. Answer is the third one. Very, very important. New standard, definitely they ask this year paper also. Revenue from contract with customers. Think 5-step model. As well as you have to know how to recognize revenue. I have discussed. There are more MCQ questions relevant for standalone selling price also. Next one, question number 14. Relevant for LKS 2. Which of the following thing included inventory as per LKS 2? Think if they ask what is inventory, raw material, work in progress and finished goods. මේවම නිතර දාන්න මේවා පොඩ්ඩක් මතක් වෙන්න ඕන. මේවා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම එක්සාම් එකේ එනවා. ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ්ස්. ඒකම මම ස්ටෑන්ඩ් එකේ තියෙන theory part එක නිතර දාන්න paper වල. Which of the following thing included in the inventory as per LKS 2? Inventory are the asset held for sales in ordinary case of business, that is the finished goods. Inventory are the asset in process of production for such sales, that is a work in progress. And part C, inventory are the assets in the form of material or supplies to be consumed in production process or in rendering service, that is a raw material. Therefore, all ABC part of inventory. Raw material, work in progress and finished goods. Therefore, question number 14, answer all ABC. මේවා නිතර දාන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ අවධානය යොමු කරගන්න ඕන නිසා. Therefore, standard they ask definitely. Sometimes they ask company with manufacturing accounts. In this situation, all three inventories available in the company sum. Therefore, you have to prepare separate note for inventory also. එතකොට inventory වලත් note එකක් දාන්න ඕන. Normally think about note number 4 property plant equipment, note number 5 right of use of lease asset, note number 6 inventory. And its composition should be disclosed. Raw material මෙච්චරයි, work in progress මෙච්චරයි and finished goods මෙච්චරයි කියලා පෙන්නන්න ඕන. ඒකේ total එක තමයි current assets වල දාන්න. Therefore, if it is given manufacturing and trading business, you have to prepare separate note for inventory also. Think composition of inventory. It is included raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. Think question number 15. Which of the following statement correct in relation to recognition as an expense as per LKS 2? Think what purchase cannot be considered as expense. Purchase කරන වගේ කොටසක් තමයි inventory කියන්නේ. Therefore, purchase total value cannot be considered as expense. Based on matching concepts, income should be matched with its corresponding expenses. As expense, you have to consider out of purchase only cost of sales. Think which of the following statement is correct. මේ තියෙන standard එකේ තියෙන කෙලින්ම තියෙන දේවල් මේ තියෙන්නේ. When inventory are sold, the carrying amount of this inventory shall be recognized as an expense in the period which the related revenue is recognized. That is a cost of sales. And amount of any written down inventory to net realizable value. Think if NRV lower than the cost value based on prudency concepts, lower value should be included financial position. In this situation, difference value and other expense as is stock written off. Also think about inventory recognized as expense, as well as all loss of inventory shall be recognized as expense. Think damage stock is stolen expense. Therefore, all ABC. ඔන්න මේවා මම නිතර දාන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ කටපාඩම් කරන මේ ටික. Right, question 15 also all ABC. Question number 16 relevant for not for profit making organization. ඔන්න දැන් මම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දැන් ඉස්සරහට ලෙසන් කරනකොට වැඩි අවධානයක් යොමු කරනවා මේ ලෙසන් එකට. Not for profit making organization as well as error correction reconciliation part. මොකද ඔය පාඩම් දෙක දැන් තමයි ක්ලියර් වෙන්න ළමයි. මොකද අනිත් පාඩම් ක්ලියර් නම් දැන් ඔන්න මේ ටික ක්ලියර් කරගන්න ලේසි. Not for profit making organization as well as error correction, profit rectification and debtors and creditors reconciliation. Right. Think question number 16. It has given following information relevant for subscription of an association club for the year in 31st March 21. The composition of subscription received in year 2020 and 21 is given. Subscription received in year 2020 and 21. Year 20 and 21 mean our accounting period. And received amount for last year, this year, next year. It has given received amount. And subscription receivable given opening and closing balance. Think 31st March 20 and 31st March 21. And subscription received in advance, it has given only opening balance. Closing balance, it has not given clearly. But our accounting period end of the year 31st March 21. Therefore, 20 and 21 our accounting periods. Think 21 and 22, it is not relevant for this financial year. Therefore, this is the subscription received in advance closing balance. Our accounting period 2020 and 21. But given subscription received amount for 21 and 22, it is not relevant for this financial year. And here it is given, if subscription receivable for previous year was not received during the accounting period, should be written off. Therefore, subscription written off value is not given. You have to calculate. Requirements. What is the amount of subscription income recognized for the year in 31st March 21? Prepare the subscription accounts and record given information T accounts. Prepare the T accounts and record given balances. It has given subscription received in advance and subscription receivable opening as well as closing balance. First one, record given balances. This is subscription accounts. Subscription accounts. Subscription is income accounts. Therefore, take the balances. Think it has given subscription receivable. Receivable mean assets. Therefore, opening balance, debit side brought forward, record values in 1000. 6,200 as a balance brought forward, debit side. Subscription is income, but if it has given subscription receivable, assets. And closing balance also given 7,600. That value balance carry down from credit side to debit side. As a balance carry down, value equal 7,600. And subscription received in advance, it has given opening balance 3,200. Credit side as a balance brought forward, 3,200 as a balance brought forward. And subscription received in advance closing balance is not given, but it can be calculated. Think it has given subscription received for 2020 and 22 period. It is not relevant for this financial year. Therefore, this is the value should be considered as a subscription received in advance. Closing balance. Not given clearly, but think of accounting period. Our accounting period 31st March 21. Therefore, 20 and 21 period of accounting period, but given subscription received for next financial year 2,800. Therefore, it is not relevant for this financial year. That is a closing balance. Balance carry down from debit side to credit side. Balance carry down. Closing balance is equal to 2,800. That value balance brought forward credit side. Balance brought forward credit side. Value equal to 2,800. And subscription received amount, think about during the accounting period. Subscription received amount during the accounting period. For last year, for this year, for next year. All three values. All three values should be considered as a subscription received in cash during the accounting period. Our accounting period 31st March 21. Therefore, received for this financial year as well as for next financial year. And last year. Therefore, all three values received during the accounting period. Therefore, take here total value. 4,300 and 72,800 and 2,800. All three values received during the accounting period. Therefore, 4,300 plus 72,800 plus 2,800. Received during the accounting period. Therefore, cash account debit, subscription account credit. Therefore, total value equal, take the value 4,300 plus 72,800 plus 2,800. Therefore, received amount equal 79,900. That value cash account debit, subscription account credit. Therefore, subscription account should be credit 79,900 as a cash. Cash account debit, subscription account credit. And think about written off also. Value is not given, but there is a subscription written off. If subscription receivable for previous year was not received during the accounting period, should be written off. In subscription receivable amounts, subscription receivable amount for previous year, compare with subscription received amounts. Therefore, previous year means 31st March 20. This is a subscription receivable for previous year, but this is a received amounts. Compare with these two values. This is subscription received amount for previous year during the accounting period, but receivable amount equal 6,200. Therefore, think written off how much. Subscription written off can be recognized. Receivable amount equal 7,200, 6,200. From that value deduct 4,300. Received amount for last year equal 4,300. Therefore, subscription written off equal receivable 6,200, but received amount equal 4,300. Therefore, difference value equal 1,900. That is, value should be considered as a subscription written off. Therefore, subscription written off value equal 1,900. Compare with receivable amounts as well as received amounts. Receivable 6,200, but received in cash equal 4,300. Therefore, written off value equal 1,900. That value subscription account credit and subscription written off account debit. That is also expense. Therefore, as a subscription written off. As a written off. Also expense. When we are going to prepare income statement, it should be included under expense also. Now, close the subscription accounts can be recognized subscription income. That credit side increase, take credit side total amounts. Take the credit side total amounts. And take that value other side also, 92,600. Take that value debit side 92,600 and difference value as an income statement. From that value deduct 2,800 as well as 6,200. Therefore, value equal 83,600. That is, the value should be considered as income. Therefore, here as an income statement, this is value should be considered as an income. In subscription income. Therefore, subscription income equal 83,600. 83,600, very, very important. Not for profit making organization, definitely they ask. Reason, this is a main income. All the not-for-profit organization members available. Write all the transaction relevant for subscription available here. Normal members. As well as sometimes it has given life members also. Think how to recognize close imbalance, subscription received in advance and subscription written off, subscription received amounts. Think how to prepare subscription accounts. All the transaction relevant for subscription available here. And subscription written off also should be considered as expense. Make a bad dips again. Debtors lagging hambent in sali hambun nea wage වැඩක් තමයි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. members ලගෙන් හම්බෙන්න තිබුණා. දිගටම සල්ලි දෙන්නේ නැත්නම් අයින් කළා දානවා. Right, next one, question number 6. Question number 17. Question number 17. Also relevant for subscription, but it has available live members also. Therefore, try to recognize normal members as well as live members. And given Sport Club was formed 1st April 2020 with 600 members, of whom 150 live members. Think total number of members available 600, but live members it has given 150. The annual subscription fee per member 30,000. Annual subscription per member equal 30,000. But in order to become a live member, 10-year subscription should be paid at once. Think live membership fee. Normal membership fee equal 30,000. But in order to become a live member, it has given 10-year subscription should be paid at once. At the same time, try to calculate live membership fee per member. Per member, normal membership fee per member equal 30,000 in order to become a live member. Therefore, 30,000 into 10-year subscription should be paid at once. Therefore, 30,000 into 10. This is a live membership fee per member equal 300,000. Therefore, think about live membership fee per member. Normal membership fee per member equal 30,000. But in order to become a live member, 10 years subscription should be paid at once in cash. And given live membership fee is recognized in income equally over a 5-year period. Think live membership fee, part of value should be considered as income. Balance part should be included under accumulated fund. ඔනකොට තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ live membership fee how records. ඔක්කොම income විතර ගන්න බෑ. මොකද ඒගොල්ලෝ මුළු ජීවිතේටම දීලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ මුළු ජීවිත කාලය වෙනුවෙම තමයි දීලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒතර ඒක කෙලින්ම අපිට income විතර ගන්න බෑ මේ හම්බන අවුරුද්දේ. It has given policy. It should be considered as income over a 5-year period. And given of other 450 members. Think 600 members available, 150 live members. Other 450 members, 100 have paid subscription for 6 months. 220 paid 1 year. And rest for 2-year periods. ඔන්න ඉතුරු කට්ටියගේ සල්ලි හම්බෙලා තියෙන විදිය. And given subscription income and subscription receipts in cash for the year in 31st March 21. They are subscription income. Live members available, normal members available. Subscription income, they are both values should be considered as income. Live members as well as normal members, both are members. As a subscription income, you have to consider both value, live members as well as normal members. But when we are going to record in the income statement, should be recorded separately. Normal members value as well as live members value. Both are subscription income, right? Therefore, think about subscription income as they are subscription received in cash also. Therefore, think about live members, normal members. First one, think about normal members. Normal members and live members. Live members, then cash received amount also can be calculated. Normal members available 450. Just given total members available 600. Live members equal 150. And normal members equal 450. From normal members as income, you have to consider cash received or not for the year value. Therefore, think about as income. As income. As income, you have to consider 415 to 30,000 from normal members. From normal members as income, you have to consider number of member into membership fee. Therefore, think about income equal from normal members based on accrual concepts. Number of member into membership fee. That is, value should be considered as income. 13,500,000 should be considered as income. But think about life members. Life membership fee per member equal 300,000. 30,000 into 10. There are 150 members available. Therefore, try to calculate cash received amount from life members. Cash received amounts. Life membership fee per member equal 300,000 into 150 members available. Therefore, this is a cash received amounts. But as income cannot be considered total value, it has given policy. Therefore, 45 million cash received from life members. But as income, you have to consider over a 5-year period. Therefore, 45 million divided by 5. That is, the value should be considered as income from life members. Therefore, 45 million divided by 5 equal 9 million. This is value should be considered as a income from normal members as well as from life members. Therefore, those are the values should be considered as a subscription income. In subscription income, this is the value should be considered as a subscription income. Life members as well as normal members. Therefore, here total money equal. Here total money equal 22,500,000 based on accrual concepts. As an income, you have to consider 22,500,000. You have to consider normal members as well as life members. Then there's cash received amounts. Think from normal members cash received amounts. Life members cash received amount equal 45,000. This is a cash received amount from life members. And normal members, it has given 450 normal members. Out of 450, 100 members paid subscription for 6 months. Think cash received amount from normal members. Cash received from normal members. Normal members. Cash received amount from normal members. There are 450 normal members available. 100 have paid subscription for 6 months. Normal membership fee equal 30,000. Therefore, think about 30,000 normal membership fee and 100 members paid only for 6 month period, 6 or 2. Think cash received amount from normal members. 30,000 into 100 into 6 over 12. Into 6 over 12. Therefore, here value equal 1.5 million. As well as it has given subscription 220 for 1 year. 220 members paid for 1 year. Annual subscription equal 30,000. Annual subscription equal 30,000 into 220. They paid 1 year subscription. Therefore, value equal 6,600,000. 6,600,000 as well as rest for 2 years. Think normal members available 450. Normal members available 450. Think about 100 paid 6 months. 220 paid entire year. Therefore, from 450 minus 100 minus 220. Therefore, rest equal 130 paid for 2 years. Therefore, 30,000 for 1 year into number of members equal 130. They pay 2 years subscription. They pay 2 years subscription. Therefore, take value for 2 years. Rest mean from 450, deduct 100 and deduct 220, balance part equal 130. Therefore, 130 members paid for 2 years. Annual subscription equal 30,000 into 2 years. Therefore, cash received amount equal 7,800,000. Then take the total value. Total received amounts 1.5 million plus 6,600,000 plus 7.8 million. Therefore, subscription received amount for normal members equal 15,900. 15,900. Then there's total cash received amounts. Think life members also available. Cash received amount from life members equal. Cash received amount from life members equal 45 million. And from normal members equal 15,900,000. Therefore, take total value. Their subscription received in cash during the current period. Therefore, those are the value you have to consider. This is the subscription received from normal members and life members, and this is the subscription received one from normal members. Therefore, take total value. This is the value received from normal members, and this is the value received from life members. Therefore, total value equal 60,500,000. 60,900,000. Therefore, this is a subscription received in cash. Think normal members available, life members available. This is a subscription received in cash. This is a value should be considered as a subscription income. Think from life members as income should be considered 9 million, and balance part should be included under accumulated fund separately. This part also very important. Total life membership fee cannot be considered as income at once, as income should be considered only 9 million. You have to know balance part where we have records. Therefore, subscription income equal 22,500,000. Subscription received in cash equal 60,900,000. Therefore, question number 17 answer 3. Question number 17 answer 3. Membership fee they ask definitely. බලන්න මේ ටික තේරුණා නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් මේ පාර පේපර් එකේ ලකුණු දෙකක් විතර එනවා. තේරෙන්නේ මොනවද? From life membership fee, total value cannot be considered as income. ඔයාලට දැන් තේරෙන්නේ මේ 45 million වලින් 9 million deduct කරලා පස්සේ එන 36 million දිහා බලන්න. 36 million should be included under equity separately under accumulated fund as a life membership fee. And income should be included 9 million as a life membership fee, as well as normal membership fee 22,500,000. Therefore, total value think about as income. Next one. Question number. Next one, 18. MCQ very, very important. At question number 17, 18, relevant for 18 and 19, relevant for bad and doubtful debts. Bad debts and doubtful debts. You have to know how to record under provision as well as over provision also. Right. Think question number 18 and 19. 18 as annual as 19. Question number 18 and 19 we have to answer by using those information relevant for bad debts and doubtful debts. Right, it has given following information relevant for Amal PLC 1st April 2020 opening balance, trade receivable and allowances for doubtful debts. It has given allowances for doubtful debts. Opening balance also given. Then it has given the following transaction were carried out in the entity during the year end 31st March 21. It has given credit sales, sales return, received cash from trade receivable, as well as bad debts written off, and given business make 10% allowances for doubtful debts for the year end 31st March 20 for the year end balance of trade receivable. They ask the following as at 31st March 21. Trade receivable control account balance. Carrying amount of trade receivable. They ask as at 31st March 21. Carrying amount of trade receivable mean value included on the current assets as a trade receivable. After deducting allowances for doubtful debts. Allowances for expected losses equal allowances for doubtful debts. And next one they ask journal entry to records bad debts and doubtful debts for the year end 31st March 21. That first one, take the value, prepare debtor control account as well as allowances for expected losses, impairment loss. Prepare it is enough debtor control accounts as well as expected losses on trade receivable and allowances for expected losses on trade receivable. Prepare the ledger account, take the balances also. They ask closing balance of debtor control accounts, closing balance, as well as allowances for expected losses. For that, there are two ledger accounts. No need to prepare bad debts accounts. Just think about it. First one, trade. This is trade receivable. This is a trade receivable. And next one, allowances for expected losses. It is equal allowances for doubtful debts and doubtful debts expense accounts. Allowances for doubtful debts. Opening balance it has given. Allowances for doubtful debts as well as doubtful debts expense. Doubtful debts expense equal expected losses on trade receivable also. Doubtful debts expense accounts and allowances for doubtful debts and trade receivable. Trade receivable account opening balance available 80 million. Record values in 1000. Debit side as a balance brought forward. As a balance brought forward. Allowances for doubtful debts account also given balance 8 million. Credit balance. Therefore, allowances for doubtful debts 8 million balance brought forward credit side. You have to recognize under provision over provision. You have to recognize under provision as well as over provision. Then records, then prepare the debtor control accounts. It has given following transaction were carried out in the entity during the year end 31st March 21. Record those transactions. It has given credit sales. Sales account credit, debtor control account debit. Try to calculate closing balance of trade receivable. They ask debtor control accounts. Therefore, credit sales 250,000. Debtor control account debit as a sales. Debtor control account debit as a sales. And sales return it has given 20,000. Effect for debtor decrease sales return. Therefore, debtor control account credit as a sales return. Effect for debtor decrease. And given cash received from debtor also, cash account debit, debtor control account credit. They ask closing balance of trade receivable. And bad debts also given. Effect for debtor decrease, debtor control account credit, bad debts account debit. Value equal 10,000. Now take the closing balance. Closing balance of debtor control accounts. Take the answers. Closing balance of debtor control accounts. Debit side increase. Debit side total amount equal 330,000. Take that value credit side. Difference value balance carry down. Closing balance can be calculated. Therefore, 330,000 minus 20,000 minus 260,000 minus 10,000. Therefore, closing trade receivable equal 40,000. Trade receivable account closing balance. Balance carry down from credit side to debit side as a balance carry down. And that value should be included debit side as a balance brought forward. That is a closing balance of trade receivable. Balance brought forward. Then think what doubtful debt should be calculated based on closing balance 10%. Therefore, closing balance equal 40,000. Based on that value, 10% equal allowances for doubtful debts. Therefore, you have to calculate allowances for doubtful debts as at 31st March 21. Allowances for doubtful debts as at 31st March 21 should be equal 10% of the remaining balance of trade receivable. Think closing balance of trade receivable equal 40,000. Based on that value, 10% equal 4,000. Therefore, this is the allowances for expected losses. Allowances for doubtful debts closing balance. Now think opening balance available under provision or provision should be recorded. Therefore, closing balance equal 4,000. Based on closing balance, 10% should be calculated. 10% equal 4,000. Now it has given opening balance 8,000. Therefore, opening balance is higher. Therefore, difference value over provision. Calculated value should be recorded as a closing balance. Balance carried out. Therefore, balance carried down from debit side to credit side. Calculate value 4,000. That value balance brought forward credit side. Then think about difference value. Therefore, difference value that is over provision. Opening balance එක වැඩි නම් over provision එකක්. Therefore, think about difference value should be considered as expense or income. Credit side increase. Therefore, take debit side, credit side total value. Take that value debit side. And difference value also equal 4,000. Think about double entry. Allowances for doubtful debts account debit 4,000 and doubtful debts expense account credit. Therefore, this is the double entry to records doubtful debts. Over provision. Doubtful debts. Allowances for doubtful debts account debit. Doubtful debts expense account credit. Therefore, doubtful debts expense account credit as allowances for doubtful debts and allowances for doubtful debts account debit as a doubtful debts expense. This is the double entry for doubtful debts. And think about bad debts double entry, trade receivable account credit, bad debts account debit. Then this is the closing balance of trade receivable. Over provision, opening balance එක වැඩි නම් provision එක වැඩි. In this situation, allowances for doubtful debts account debit, doubtful debts expense account credit. Right answers. There's following as at 31st March 21. Trade receivable control account balance there's. Trade receivable account closing balance equal 40,000. And there's carrying amount of trade receivable. Carrying amount mean value included in the financial position. Trade receivable closing balance equal 40,000. From that pair, we deduct closing balance of allowances for doubtful debts. Therefore, closing balance of allowances for doubtful debts equal 4,000. Therefore, difference value equal 36,000. This is the carrying amount of trade receivable. Carrying amount of trade receivable equal 36,000. After deducting allowances for expected losses. This is value include financial position. Closing balance should be deduct closing balance, not opening balance. Opening balance we have to consider when we are going to recognize under provision or provision. Now think journal entry. There's journal entry to records bad debts and doubtful debts. Think bad debts. First one, bad debts value equal. Think bad debts value equal. It has given bad debts 10,000. Trade receivable account credit, bad debts account debit. Bad debts equal impairment loss on trade receivable. Therefore, impairment loss on trade receivable, it is equal bad debts. Impairment loss on trade receivable. Impairment loss on trade receivable equal bad debts value equal debit 10,000 and trade receivable account credit. Trade receivable account credit value equal 10,000. Therefore, trade receivable account credit 10,000. This is the double entry to record bad debts. And next one they ask, being record doubtful debts over provision available. Therefore, allowances for doubtful debts account debit, doubtful debts expense account credit. It is equal expected losses on trade receivable also. Therefore, allowances for doubtful debts. Allowances for doubtful debts account debit and doubtful debts expense account credit. Doubtful debts expense account credit. Doubtful debts expense. Allowances for doubtful debts account debit, doubtful debts expense account credit. Value equal 4,000. Think what? Over provision. Expense account credit now. Allowances for doubtful debts account debit. Therefore, this is the over provision double entry. Think there are two questions relevant for bad and doubtful debts. මේවාගේ පහක් equal වෙනවා partnership ගානට, cash flow ගානට, non-profit ගානට. Very very important MCQ. Think bad and doubtful debts. Think trade receivable, how to prepare debtor control accounts and carrying amount of trade receivable. Sometimes there's carrying amount of inventory. If there's carrying amount of inventory, carrying amount කියලා මොනවා හරි අහනවා නම් ඒ යන්නේ financial position එකේ දාන ගාන. Carrying amount of inventory equal low amount of cost and net realizable value. If there's carrying amounts, that is a value included in the financial position. That next one, relevant for company parts. Relevant for company. There are three questions relevant. Question number 20, 21, 23. It has given extracted of balance sheets of the company public in annual reports. Opening and closing balance sheet has given 31st March 21 and 31st March 20. Ordinary share sheet has given opening closing balance and retained earning opening closing balance. General reserves opening closing balance and total liability also given. Total liability has given, total equity has given. Assets equal total liability plus total equity. Dividends paid amount it has given for the year end 31st March 21. Then බලන්න partnership ගානේ current account එකෙන් profit එක හොයනවා වගේ. Retained earning column එකෙන් company ගානේ profit එක හොයන විදිය තේරෙන්න ඕන. Think by using current account can be calculated profit and loss of the partnerships. Like that, by using retained earning column, profit and loss for the company also can be calculated. Profit and loss of the company. Like next one, There's income tax for the year also given. See the requirements. But ප්‍රශ්න තුනක්. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ වගේ පහක්නේ equal වෙන්නේ partnership ගන්නට. Therefore very very important MCQ. And given profit for the year 31st March 21. You have to prepare return earning columns. And increase in equity during the year end 31st March 21. Take the opening equity and closing equity. Then increase amount can be calculated. And there's value of total assets 31st March 21. Assets equal liability plus equity. Therefore, total liability plus total equity equal total assets. First one, take the total equity parts. Total equity try to calculate. It has given is ordinary shares, return earning as well as general reserves. Therefore, here can be calculated total equity. Total equity. Take here total value. Take the total equity. Therefore, total equity equal 221,350,000. And take here total equity also. Take total equity. Therefore, here total equity equal 171,950,000. There is mistake here. Take total value. Therefore, here value equal 168,950,000. This is a closing equity. And total liability also given. Therefore, equity plus liability equal assets. Therefore, you can calculate total asset also. At the same time, try to calculate total asset also. We know total equity and given total liability also. Therefore, asset plus liability plus equity equal assets. Assets minus liability equal equity. Therefore, total asset also can be calculated. Total assets. Think equity plus liability equal assets. Therefore, 221,350,000 plus 75 million. Therefore, here total money equal 296,350,000. And take total asset 31st March 20 also. Equity plus liability equal total assets. Therefore, here total asset equal 220,950,000. Now think about requirements. There's profit for the year. Profit for the year can be calculated by preparing retained earning columns. Prepare the retained earning column also. Retained earning columns. Opening balance, closing balance it is given. Retained earning. We are going to calculate profit and loss. Only retained earning columns. This is retained earning. Retained earning. Opening balance is given from the beginning. Opening balance. Then plus profit for the year. Profit for the year. Then sometimes it has given reserves capitalization, but in this example, it has not given reserves capitalization. If there is a reserves capitalization, it has given clearly. Then transfer to general reserves. Minus transfer to the general reserves. transfer to the general reserves minus transfer general reserves, then minus dividends paid and as equal closing balance. Closing balance. We are going to calculate profit and loss by using return earning columns. Think about like a partnerships. In the partnership, by preparing current account can be calculated profit for the year. Interest on capital, salary, profit share, it total value equal profit. But now profit can be calculated by using return earning columns. Think return earning columns, opening closing balance. It has given return earning here. Return earning opening balance equal 13,500,000. Record values in 1,000. Record values in 1,000. Opening balance 13,150,000. And closing balance equal 15,350,000. Right now, think about it has given dividends paid amounts for the year end 31st March 21, 350 minus return earning columns. Income tax for the year also given. It is not relevant for profit calculation. But general reserves compare with opening closing balance. General reserves increased by 200,000. That value also should be deducted from return earning columns. Transferred from return earning. Think share capital increase, but it has not given clearly reserves capitalization. If it has not given clearly, this is the right issue or public issue. If there is a reserves capitalization, it has given clearly. Now profit for the year can be calculated. Take answer here. Closing balance එකට add කරන්න deduct කරපු ටික. Therefore profit for the year here value can be calculated. 15,350 plus 350 plus 200 minus 13,150. Therefore profit for the year equal 2,570,000. This is profit for the year. 2,570,000. Dividends paid value equal 350 and transfer to the general reserves equal. General reserves increased by 2,000. It is correct. And closing balance equal 15,350. Opening balance equal 13,150. Take answer here. 15,350 plus 350 plus 200 minus 13,150. Therefore, here value equal 2,750,000. This is a profit for the year. Think how to calculate profit and loss if it has given company. Partnership also think about it has given partners current accounts. By using partners current account also can be calculated profit and loss of the partnerships. But this is a company. Here record values in 1,000. Therefore, profit for the year equal 2,750,000. Now think what would be the answers? There's profit for the year in 31st March 21. Value equal 2,750,000. As well as increase in equity during the year in 31st March 21 they ask. Think increase in equity, compare with opening closing balance. This is equity opening closing balance. Equity include ordinary shares and reserves. Therefore, closing balance is equal to 221,350,000. Opening equity equal 168,950,000. There's increase in equity. Therefore, increase in equity can be calculated. Compare with opening closing balance. Increase in equity. increase in equity. Increase in equity equal equity closing balance equal 221,350,000. From that value, deduct opening equity. Take the difference value. There's increase in equity. Therefore, equity increased by here difference value equal 52,400,000. This is equity increase value. There's increase in equity. Increase in equity there's. Therefore, increase in equity equal 52,400,000. Compare with opening closing balance. Therefore, think what would be the answer? Question number 21. Increase in equity equal 52,400,000. Answer is 5. Then question number 22, they ask the value of total asset as at 31st March 21. Assets equal liability plus equity. Therefore, 31st March 21, it has given total equity as well as total liability. Therefore, this is the total assets. Therefore, assets equal liability plus equity. 31st March. Therefore, this is the total equity. 31st March 2021. Total asset they ask. Therefore, total asset equal equity plus liability. 296,350,000. Answer 5. 11 for company. Very important. One of the may garner hitana deval tiyano. Think how to calculate profit and loss. Sometimes there's profit before tax also. It has given income tax also. Income tax is not relevant for profit calculation. Here we are going to calculate profit by using return earning columns. Income tax අපිට අදාළ වෙන්නේ අනිත් පැත්තට ගියොත්. ඒ කියන්නේ sales minus cost of sales plus other income minus expense, then profit before tax minus income tax. But now we are going to calculate profit by using return earning column. Right, question number 20, 21, 23. Next one, 23. And 24, very, very important, relevant for property, plant and equipment. Think very important this example. Good afternoon, question number 23, balan. It has given following information relevant for motor vehicle of Saman PLC. Think cost value also not given. Very, very important this one. Carrying amount as at 1st April 2020 it has given. Carrying amount it has given. Carrying amount means after deducting accumulated depreciation. From purchase date to beginning of the year, accumulated depreciation deduct already. But think depreciation should be calculated based on cost value under straight line methods. And profit on motor vehicle of disposal, it has given 5 million. Profit it has given. And acquisition of new motor vehicle 1st January 2020. Acquisition. That is a purchase value, new assets. All motor vehicle available at the beginning of the year have been purchased on 1st April 2017. On a purchase date, up to beginning of the year, already those assets used 3 years. එහෙනම් අවුරුදු 3ක depreciation deduct කරලා තියෙනවා. 3 years depreciation deducted already. 3 years. Carrying amount it has given 1st April 2020. From purchase date to beginning of the year, that asset already used 3 years. Carrying amount it has given. Therefore, when calculating carrying amounts, already deducted 3-year depreciation. 3-year depreciation deducted already. Then given It has given motor vehicle disposal during the year had been purchased. Cost value it has given rupees 90 million. That is the purchase value. Disposal assets, and think all assets purchased first April 2017. And motor vehicle are depreciated 20% per annum straight line methods. There's depreciation for motor vehicle for the year in 31st March 21, as well as there's disposal value. Sales proceed theirs. Sales proceed mean disposal value theirs. Very, very important. Make a වැදගත්ම part එක තමයි opening balance එකේ cost එක දීලා නැහැ. Therefore, you have to know how to calculate cost value. Reason annual depreciation should be calculated based on cost value. Therefore, first one there's disposal value and annual depreciation. From the beginning, try to calculate. This cost value, opening balance. Opening cost value should be calculated from the beginning. Therefore, I'm going to discuss how to calculate cost of opening balance of motor vehicle. Therefore, from the beginning, reason for calculate depreciation, you have to use cost value. Very important. Depreciation party. Think how to calculate carrying amounts. Already deducted 3-year depreciation from cost value. But annual depreciation should be calculated based on cost value. Cost value is not given in this example. Therefore, from the beginning, think how to calculate cost value. Therefore, cost value, it has given carrying amounts. Carrying amount equal. Carrying amount equal. Think how to calculate carrying amount. Carrying amount equal cost minus accumulated depreciation. Cost minus accumulated depreciation. We are going to calculate cost value from the beginning. Reason when we are going to calculate annual depreciation, you have to use cost value. Think it has not given cost value, but we know already deducted 3-year depreciation and percentage is given 20%. Therefore, carrying amount equal 80,000. On අවුරුදු 3ක depreciation cost එකෙන් deduct කළාට පස්සේ value එක. Assume cost value x. නිකන් හිතන්න cost x කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. අර O level වල බලන්න පාඩම. If cost value x, accumulated depreciation can be calculated. Cost into 20% into 3. 3-year depreciation deducted already. Therefore, cost value equal x. And depreciation rate equal 20%. Therefore, x into 20% equal annual depreciation. A wage අවුරුදු 3ක් use කරලා. Into 3. Therefore, this is accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. Therefore, now think what? Very important. Carrying amount is given. We are going to calculate cost value. Depreciation should be calculated based on cost value. Therefore, if cost value x as accumulated depreciation deducted already 3-year depreciation, think purchase date, think beginning of the year. Our accounting period end of the year 31st March 21. Up to beginning of the year, already this asset used 3 years. Therefore, x minus, think here, x into 20% into 3 equal 0.6x. Calculator can be used. X into 20% equal 0.2x into 3 equal 0.6x equal 80,000. Therefore, x minus 0.x equal x is a cost. Therefore, this one minus this one equal 0.4x. Now x can be calculated. Both sides divide by 0.4. Therefore, 80,000 divided by 0.4 equal x. 8,000 divided by 0.4 equal x is cost. After that can be calculated annual depreciation. Therefore, 80,000 divided by 0.4 value equal 200,000. Therefore, cost value equal 200,000. That is x. Cost value 200,000. Based on cost value, annual depreciation should be calculated based on cost value. Now there's disposal profit and loss. disposal value as well as annual depreciation. Right from the beginning, try to calculate annual depreciation. After that, I will discuss disposal value. Annual depreciation. Annual depreciation thing, how to calculate? Cost value equal to 1,000 and disposal asset cost value equal 90,000. Therefore, think about disposal assets. Given disposal date 31st March 2020. Our accounting period end of the year 31st March 21. Think our accounting period. Therefore, our accounting period end of the year 31st March 21. This is end of the year. This is accounting period. End of the year 31st March 21. 31st March 2021. This is the end of the accounting period. Based on matching concepts, try to recognize how many months available each asset. Beginning of the year 1st April 2020. Then given disposal date 31st March 2020. Therefore, disposal date equal 31st March 2020. Disposal date equal 30th September. Disposal date 30th September 2020. Therefore, disposal asset available up to disposal date. Think how many months? You have to apply matching concepts. If asset use should be depreciated. Therefore, disposal asset cost value equal 90,000. It has available up to disposal date only 6 months. Therefore, try to calculate annual depreciation. Disposal assets. Disposal assets. It cost value equal 90,000. Annual rate equal 20%. But during the accounting period, it has available 6 month period. Disposal asset available 6 months. Therefore, here depreciation equal 9,000. But opening cost value equal 2,000,000. Disposal asset 90,000. Balance part 110,000. But අපි ගාව මුලින් තිබුණා 2,1,000 විකුණාවේ 90,000 වලට ගත්ත එක. එහෙනම් ඉතුරු 110,000 balance part. It has available entire year. As well as new asset also available. Its depreciation should be calculated separately. Think from the beginning balance part. You can ඉතුරු ටික බලන්නකො. Opening balance available 2,1,000. But disposal asset cost value equal 90,000. 2,1,000 minus 90,000 equal 110,000. That is a balance part. It has not disposal. It has available entire year. Therefore, balance part annual depreciation equal to 22,000. Balance part. Recognize separately disposal asset available only 6 months. Balance part how to calculate? 200,000 minus 90,000. Disposal asset 90,000. අපි ගාව තිබුණා 2,1,000. Cost value is not given. Think how to calculate cost value. And new assets, it has given purchase date 1st April 2020. 31st March 20 ඊට පහුදා. Therefore, new asset also available from purchase date to end of day. Think 1st October 2000. It has given 20 purchase date. Again, විකුණපු දවසට අනිත් දවසේ. Purchase date 1st October 2020. It has available from purchase date to end of the also 6 months. Therefore, new asset cost value equal 8,000. Therefore, try to calculate annual depreciation for new assets. New assets, it cost value equal 80,000. Therefore, new assets, it cost value equal 8,000. Annual rate it has given 20%, but it has available during the current period from purchase date to end of the year also 6 months. Therefore, depreciation equal 8,000. Therefore, annual depreciation can be calculated. Take here total value. Based on matching concepts, try to recognize how many months available each asset. Based on cost value should be calculated, but given carrying amounts. Therefore, if it has given carrying amount, think how to calculate cost value. After that, based on matching concepts, income should be matched with its corresponding expenses. Think how to calculate annual depreciation separately. Reason, disposal asset available only 6 months. New asset available 6 months. Balance part available entire year. Now there's disposal value. For that, you have to prepare disposal accounts. Cost value we know. Disposal profit also we know. And can be calculated accumulated depreciation. By preparing disposal accounts, can be calculated profit and loss. Prepare T account for that. Disposal accounts. You have to record in the disposal account cost value of disposal assets, disposal profit and loss, as well as accumulated depreciation. Therefore, now I am going to discuss how to calculate disposal value. Think cost value of disposal asset, it has given 90,000. Think double entry. This is the disposal accounts. We are going to calculate disposal value now. This is the disposal accounts. Cost value equal 90,000. Motor vehicle account credit, disposal account debit, 90,000. Motor vehicle account debit, disposal account, motor vehicle account credit, disposal account debit. As a motor vehicle, paper එක අනිවාර්යෙන් මේවා එනවා. හැම වෙලාවෙම හිතන්න මේවා ගන්න. Disposal දුන්නොත් මොකද කරන්නේ? Revaluation, exchange, changes in account estimates. Think how to prepare disposal account. Think how to calculate annual depreciation. ඒවා නිතර නිතර හිතන්න. එතකොට අලුත් දෙයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ exam එකේ. Right, motor vehicle accounts credit, disposal account debit. As a motor vehicle, then disposal loss also, profit also given. Profit equal 5,000. If it is profit, it is available debit side. Therefore, disposal profit available debit side in the disposal accounts. Value equal 5,000. Loss එකක් આવොත් එන credit පැත්තට. Then accumulated depreciation also can be calculated. Given all asset purchased 1st April 2070 and given disposal date, now think from purchase date to disposal date, how many years used? Disposal date 30th September 2020, but purchase date all asset 1st April 2070. From purchase date to disposal date, 3 years and 6 months asset use. Therefore, try to calculate accumulated depreciation of disposal assets. Accumulated depreciation, accumulated depreciation of disposal assets. Accumulated depreciation of disposal assets as at the disposal date. Cost value equal 90,000 and annual depreciation rate is given 20%. And 3 years and 6 over 12. 3 years and 6 over 12. 3 years and 6 over 12. Calculate can be used. Try to calculate annual depreciation. 90,000 into 20% into 3.5. Therefore, accumulated depreciation equals 63,000. 3 years and 6 months. Think disposal date and purchase date. Therefore, accumulated depreciation account debit, disposal account credit. 63,000 as accumulated depreciation. As accumulated depreciation. Now, by closing disposal accounts, can we calculate disposal value? Take debit side total value equal 95,000. And take that value other side. Then difference value as a cash. Cash account debit, disposal account credit. Therefore, 95,000 minus 63,000. Disposal value equal 32,000. This example very, very important. There are more theory available here. More theory. Think how to calculate carrying amount is given. Based on carrying amount, depreciation can be calculated if it is given reducing balance methods. Reducing balance method එකේදී හොයන්නේ carrying amount එක base කරගෙන. But straight line basis, annual depreciation should be calculated based on cost value. Therefore, think how to calculate cost value. After that, think how to calculate annual depreciation. Think how to calculate annual depreciation as well as how to calculate cost value. If cost value X, think about carrying amount equal cost minus accumulated depreciation. Therefore, cost if X into 20% into 3. Therefore, here accumulated depreciation equal 0.6x. X is the cost. Therefore, cost value equal to 1,000. Disposal asset cost value equal to 90,000. Balance part how to calculate? 200,000 minus 90,000. It has no disposal available entire year. New asset also purchased during the accounting period. It has available 6 months. Therefore, annual depreciation equal 39,000. Disposal value equal 32,000. Think what would be the answer? Annual depreciation equal 39,000 as well as disposal value equal 32,000. Therefore, answer is the third one. Answer is third one. Very, very important. Next one. දැන් මට මේ කියලා දෙන්න ඕනකම තියෙන්නේ carrying amount කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා තේරුම් ගන්න බලන්න. දැන් මේක අහනවා what is carrying amount? මොන carrying amount කියන දන්නේ නැත්නම් මොනවද හදන්න බෑ. Then think how to calculate cost value if it has given carrying amounts. Then think how to prepare disposal accounts. Then think matching concepts. Think what income should be matched with its corresponding expense. ඒ කියන්නේ profit එක හරියට හොයන්න නම් income එක sales income එකක් විතර ගන්නවා වගේම ඒ sales income එක generate කරගන්න asset පාවිච්චි කරපු නිසා asset වල ගෙවිලා ගියපු ටික expense එකක් විතර ගත්තොත් තමයි profit එක හරියට එන්නේ. Therefore, when we are going to calculate annual depreciation, you have to recognize how many months available each asset during the accounting period. Disposal asset not available entire year. As well as purchase new asset also not available entire year. But balance part available. There are more motor vehicle available in the business. Part of motor vehicle was sold. Next one. Question number 24, relevant for manufacturing accounts. Definite available paper manufacturing account also. Therefore, you have to know how to calculate prime cost, total production cost, cost of sales, as well as gross profit by using profit markup and margin. Manufacturing accounts. Raw material purchase it as given. When we are going to prepare manufacturing account as a raw material, you have to include raw material consumed. How to calculate raw material consumed? Opening and closing raw material inventory should be adjusted. Direct labor as well as direct other expense. Here direct other expense. Part of prime cost. And given production overheads, work in progress should be adjusted after adding production overheads. And finished goods is not relevant for manufacturing accounts, but it is relevant for cost of sales calculation. And given manufacturing item are sold, keeping profit markup. On anivaarya markup and margin. On question number 24 and 25 තේරුණොත් markup margin එකක් තේරෙනවා. එනවා අනිවාර්යෙන්. That is the way business going to determine selling price. Therefore, you have to know how to calculate profit by using profit markup and margin. Right? As prime cost, cost of production, cost of sales, gross profit. Right? Prepare roughly manufacturing accounts. Very important. As raw material, you have to consider raw material consumed. Right? Prepare the format. First one, take the raw material consumed. As raw material, you have, this is MCQ paper. No need to prepare manufacturing accounts. But given raw material purchase, raw material purchase raw material consumed. It means raw material used for production. Haridara income statement cost of sales wage. Manufacturing account raw material consumed. Consumed. That is a raw material used for production. How to calculate? raw material purchase. We have to adjust raw material inventory also. It has given 31st July 2021. Those are the previous month closing inventory. It has given month of August. Only 1 month information it has given. 31st July 2021. Previous month closing balance became this month opening balance. As well as it has given 31st August 2021. Raw material consumed. How to calculate? Raw material purchase available 850,000. Then adjust raw material inventory. How to adjust inventory? Opening inventory plus closing inventory deduct. For them, කියලා දෙන්න ඕනේ opening inventory and closing inventory දුන්නොත් මොකද කරන්නේ? Opening plus closing deduct. Sometimes it has not given opening closing inventory. It has given increase in inventory and decrease in inventory. අන්න එහෙම දුන්නොත්. If it has not given opening closing balance, sometimes it has given increase value, decrease value. If it has given increase value, should be deduct. If it has given increase value, decrease value, should be added. Very, very important. But in this example, given clearly opening closing inventory. Therefore, opening inventory plus closing inventory deduct. Think raw material purchase it has given, but we have to include in the manufacturing accounts raw material consumed. Therefore, you have to know how to calculate raw material consumed. Therefore, this is the raw material used for production. It is equal raw material consumed. Then direct labor and direct other expense also part of prime cost. Take those value. Part of prime cost. Direct labor and direct other expense also. Part of prime cost. Then prime cost can be calculated. Think work in progress should be adjusted after adding production overheads. Therefore, take answer here. That is a prime cost. Think raw material purchase that's given very important, but you have to consider raw material consumed. Then take the value. Raw material, direct labor, and direct other expense. What is important thing you have to keep in mind? As raw material in the manufacturing cost should be included raw material consumed. That is the thing you have to keep in your mind. Then this is the prime cost. This is the prime cost. Then production overhead also should be added. When we are going to calculate production cost, production overhead also should be included. As well as work in progress should be adjusted now. If it has given opening closing balance, opening plus closing deduct. If it has given increase and decrease value, if it is increase, deduct. If it has decreased, add. But work in progress given opening closing balance plus 18,000 and closing balance minus 27,000. See the work in progress. Opening means 31st July, closing means 31st August. Then opening plus closing deduct, take the answer. Therefore, minus 9,000. Minus 9,000. Then answer, that is a production cost. Take the answer. Plus value add, minus value deduct. Therefore, total production cost equal 872,000. This is production cost, manufacturing cost. Therefore, this is total production cost. Total production cost. Think overhead lessons. In the manufacturing account, total production cost will be included. But under overhead lessons, there are more different kind of production available. Therefore, allocation, apportionment, reapportionment, like that, overhead cost per unit should be calculated. Under overhead lesson, we are going to discuss overhead cost per units. එකනේ දැන් ගාමන් ෆැක්ටරි එක අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම ඇඳුම් වර්ග ගොඩක් මහනවානේ. අපි බලන්න ඕන ෂර්ට් එකක් මහනකොට ඕවර්හෙඩ් කොච්චරක් යනවද? ගවුමක් මහනකොට overhead කොච්චරක් යනවද? ඒ තමයි overhead lessons. But in the manufacturing account, we are going to discuss total production cost, not cost per units. There are different kind of production available. When we are going to calculate cost per unit, allocation, apportionment, reapportionment, absorption ratio, absorption, that is process. But in the manufacturing account, we are going to calculate total production cost fully completed. So make one, there are different kind of production available. Therefore, total production cost divided by quantity, production cost can be calculated. It is not fair. Reason, different kind of production available. එක භාණ්ඩයක් විතරක් හදන තැනක නම් ඒක හරි. Therefore, total cost can divide by production quantity also can be calculated production cost per units. It is not fair. Reason, there are different kind of production available. When we are going to calculate production cost per unit, you have to apply overhead analysis part. Prime cost plus overhead absorption. That part also I will discuss. Then මෙතන තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ, by preparing manufacturing account, we are going to calculate total production cost. Then finished goods also given. Finished goods, it is relevant for cost of sales calculation. Then adjust finished goods also can be calculated cost of sales. For them, production cost එක තමයි, if it is manufacturing and trading business, under cost of sales calculation, purchase වෙනුවට අපි ගන්න. Cost of sales වන තැන purchase වෙනුවට ගන්න ඕනේ production cost එක. මොන business එකක්ද? Manufacturing and trading business එක. It may be partnership, it may be company. Therefore, definitely they ask this part. Reason, there are more manufacturing business available. You have to know how to calculate total production cost. If it has given manufacturing business, if it has given partnerships, if it has given company, if it has given MCQ paper. Right now, adjust finished goods also. By adjusting finished goods, you can calculate cost of sales. Finished goods, how to adjust? Opening plus closing deduct. If it has given separately opening and closing. Sometimes it has not given opening closing. In this situation, increase value deduct, decrease value add. But if it has given opening and closing inventory, opening plus closing deduct. Therefore, here net value equal 28,000 plus. Then can be calculated total. So cost of sales also can be calculated. Take the cost of sales. Answer is a cost value of sales. Answer is cost of sales. Answer is cost of sales. Therefore, this one plus this one, cost of sales is equal 900,000. This is the cost of sales. Now it has given profit markup. By using profit markup, can be calculated selling price also. Gross profit also can be calculated. Now think profit markup also. Think profit markup and margin. General equation, cost plus profit equals selling price. Now think how to calculate by using profit markup and margin. Therefore, this is the total production cost and this is the cost of sales. Now think general equation, cost plus profit equals selling price. Cost plus profit equals selling price. General equation. Cost plus profit equal selling price. Cost plus profit equal selling price. Cost plus profit equal selling price. This is the general equation. Given profit markup on cost 40%. Therefore, if it has given markup, cost value 100 and profit equal 40%, in this situation, think about selling price. In this situation, selling price equal 140. This is a profit markup. Cost of sales equal cost value. Now can be calculated selling price as well as profit. There's gross profit, but calculate both. Gross profit can be calculated, gross profit. If there's gross profit, think how to calculate. Sometimes they ask gross profit, sometimes they ask selling price. Therefore, gross profit equal 900,000 cost of sales. That is a cost value. It is equal in this example 100. Therefore, divided by 100 into 40. That is a gross profit. මෙතන තියෙන equation එකේ cost එක equal වෙන්නේ 100 වලට. Cost of sales කියන්නේ cost එකට. Therefore 900,000 divided by 100 into 40, that is the way we have to calculate gross profit based on markup. Therefore take the answer 360,000. As well as selling price, sometimes they ask. Therefore selling price also can be calculated by using profit markup and margin. Margin I will discuss next example. Therefore think about cost value, we know it is equal 900,000 and divided by 100 into selling price equal 140. Directly multiply by 140. Or cost plus profit also can be calculated. Therefore selling price equal 1,260,000. Think how to calculate selling price by using profit markup, as well as think how to calculate gross profit by using profit markup. Now think about answer. Prime cost if they ask, total production cost if they ask, cost of sales and gross profit. This is the gross profit. This is the prime cost. And this is the total production cost. And this is the cost value of sales. Cost of sales. Now think answers, requirements. First one, there's prime cost equal 701,000. Total production cost they ask, it is equal 872,000. Cost of sales they ask, it is equal 900,000. And gross profit equal 360,000. Answer is 5. Think profit markup and margin. Profit markup and margin. Next one. Think manufacturing account very important. Making product profit margin එක දුන්නා නම් බලන්න. If it has given profit margin, think how to calculate profit gross profit and sales. මේ ගාණයෙන් බලන්න profit margin එක දුන්නා නම්. දැන් මේ answer එක මේක එන්නේ it has given markup. අපි බලමු මේ ගාණෙම margin එක දුන්නා නම් මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. If it has given profit margin, general equation cost plus මේ දෙක අනිවාර්යෙන් එනවා paper එකේ. Cost plus profit equal selling price. Cost plus profit equal selling price. This is the way business going to determine selling price. If it has given profit margin, selling price 100 and profit 40. Then make a markup na dila thina balan. Markup na cost value 100. If it is margin, 100 when selling price. Here equation. And profit equal 40. Profit equal 40. Then think about cost value. In this situation, cost value equal 60. On a profit margin neka dunna na. This is a profit margin. If it has given profit margin and this is a profit markup equation. If it has given profit markup and margin. If it has given margin, think how to calculate. Therefore, gross profit and selling price can be calculated. Therefore, gross profit and selling price. This part we asked definite in the paper. Think markup and margin. Try to recognize difference. Think if it is margin, selling price 100. If it is markup, cost value 100. Now we know cost value. It is equal 900,000. In this example, cost value equal 60. Therefore, 900,000 divided by 60 now. මට කලින් ගානේ 900,000 divided by 100. අපි බලන්නේ මෙතන තියෙන value එක මේ equation එකේ මොකේද equal වෙන්නේ කියලා. Therefore, here variable cost of sales, that is a cost value. ඒක equal වෙන්නේ මෙතන තියෙන 60 වලට. Therefore, think how to calculate gross profit. If it has given profit margin 900,000 divided by 60 now, not 100, into there's gross profit into 40. බලන්න වෙනස. මෙතන තියෙන cost එක මේ equation එකේ cost එක equal වෙන්නේ 60 වලට. 900,000 divided by 60 into 40, that is a gross profit. 900,000 divided by 60 into 40. Therefore, gross profit equals 600,000. And selling price also can be calculated. 900,000 divided by 60 into 100. Now, selling price equal 100. Therefore, into 100, selling price can be calculated. Or cost of sales plus gross profit also can be calculated. 900,000 divided by 60 into 100, that is selling price equal 1.5 million. Markup and margin. තමන් මේ ගානේ margin ඉල්ලුවා නම් answer එක first one. answer ක්‍රම දෙකටම තියෙනවා බලන්න. If there's profit margin, answer equal 1. If there's profit markup, answer is 5. Question number 25. Manufacturing account lesson 7 separate lesson available. වෙනම lesson එකක් දෙලා දිනවා කියන්නේ අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම වෙනවා. ඒ නැතත් there are more manufacturing business available. Our duty in accounting, we are going to provide information. Think about garment factories available, Damro. There are more factories, furniture manufacturing business. ඒ කියන්නේ මාකට් එකේ තියෙන හැම බඩුවක්ම කොහේරි හදලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ හදන තැනක් තියෙනවා. අන්න එතන ගණන් හදන විදිහ තේරෙන්නේ නැතෝ. Right. Question number 25. Also relevant for manufacturing accounts. But what is the important thing? It has not given clearly opening closing inventory. ප්‍රමාණ මේ ගණන් දෙක තේරුණා නම් manufacturing account ඔක්කොම තේරෙනවා. Markup margin ඔක්කොම තේරෙනවා. Question number 24, I have given opening closing inventory. But question number 25, not given opening closing inventory. It has given changes amounts, increase and decrease value. Right? Same requirements. But given here, profit margin 40% on selling price. Margin it has given. At first one, try to calculate total production cost. Prepare the manufacturing accounts. As raw material, you have to consider raw material consumed. Then direct labor and direct other expense. Right. First one, raw material consumed. It has given raw material purchase. Raw material consumed, how to calculate? Raw material purchase, it has given 428,000. Adjust raw material inventory. It has given decrease in raw material inventory 50,000. Decrease. If it has given increase value, should be deduct. If it has given decrease value, should be add. Opening closing venama do not. Opening plus closing deduct. If it has given increase and decrease value, increase කියන්නේ closing balance එකේ effect එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ. deduct කරන්න ඕන. decrease කිව්වොත් එහෙනම් opening balance එකේ වැඩි closing එකට වඩා. ඒතර opening balance එකේ effect එක තමයි ඉතුරු වෙන්නේ. If it has given decrease value, add. If it has given increase value, deduct. Now raw material inventory, think about decrease raw material inventory 50,000. If it has decreased, add. Therefore, this is raw material consumed 478,000. Then direct labor and direct other expense also part of prime cost. It has given clearly, take value. It has given clearly, take the value. Then answer is a prime cost. Take the answers also. Answer is a prime cost. Take the total value. Answer is a prime cost. Therefore, here prime cost. Not given opening closing inventory. Therefore, 478,000 271,000 as well as 124,000. 873,000, that is a prime cost. Then production overhead also given, also part of production cost. At production overheads, as well as you have to adjust work in progress. It has given work in progress inventory increase value it has given. If it has given opening balance plus closing balance deduct. But here it is given increase work in progress 20,000. If it is increase, deduct. Increase work in progress, therefore it should be deduct. If it has increased, deduct 20,000. Then answer is total production cost. You have to take the answer total production cost. Total production cost. Therefore, prime cost plus production overheads 873 plus 135 minus 20. Therefore, value equal 988,000. This is the total production cost. Then adjust work finished goods also. It has given decrease in finished goods inventory. It is relevant for cost of sales calculation. Adjust finished goods also. It has given finished goods decrease. If it has decreased, should be add. Not given opening closing inventory. Finished goods decrease. If it is decreased, should be add. Therefore, think how to calculate total production cost also. Total production cost. Calculation for double 873,000 plus 135,000 minus 20,000. Prime cost total value. It is correct. Production overheads 135,000 as well as increase in work in progress. Increase in work in progress value equal to 20,000. Deduct this. Okay. Therefore, can be calculated cost of production. Cost of production can be calculated. Calculation right, 873, it is okay. Then production overhead equal 125, 135 as well as work in progress. It has given increase value. Increase work in progress. If it is increased, should be deduct. That value equal 988,000. Then finished goods inventory value equal 10,000. Finished goods, it has given decrease. If it has decreased, should be add. Therefore, here value equal 998,000. Therefore, this is the cost of sales. Therefore, here value equal cost of sales. Here value equal cost of sales. Value equal cost of sales. It has given profit margin. Profit margin it has given 40%. There's gross profit also. Gross profit also there's. It has given profit margin. Profit margin it has given. There's gross profit also. That raw material purchase equal to 428,000. Then you have to adjust raw material inventory. If it is decreased, should be at this one correct, this one correct, this one correct. They have prime cost also correct. 873,000. Then production overhead should be at production overhead equal 135,000. Therefore, think how to calculate total production cost. මෙතන පොඩ්ඩක් අපි හදාගමු. මෙතන answer එක එන්නේ නැත්නම් there is mistake here. Production cost එක අපි හදාගමු. Production cost at production cost එක here production overhead චුට්ටක් හදාගන්න මේකේ production overhead value equal production overhead here value equal 127,000. Now think what answer. Think here production overhead value equal 127,000. Therefore here 127,000. Now think what would be the total production cost. මෙතන answer එක ඉන්නේ මම මේකයි හැදුවේ මෙතන. Therefore 873,000 plus 127,000, then minus 20,000. Therefore here value equal 980,000. Total production cost equal 980,000. Then finished goods, it has given finished goods inventory increase decrease. If it is decreased, should be add. Therefore this is the cost of sales equal 9,000. Then adjust profit margin also. Think profit margin. It has given profit margin on a production overhead එක මම වෙනස් කළා. තිබුණේ 135. There is a mistake here. It should be 127. Then profit margin, it has given 40% on selling price. Then think about general equation. Cost plus profit equals selling price. It has given profit margin. They ask gross profit also. General equation cost plus profit equals selling price. Equals selling price. Therefore, if it has given profit margin, selling price 100. Therefore, selling price 100 and given profit 40%. Profit, it has given 40% on selling price. Therefore, now it has given profit margin. If it is margin selling price 100 and profit, it has given 40%. Therefore, cost value equal 60. Think cost value equal cost of sales. Therefore, now we know cost of sales. Try to calculate gross profit as well as selling price. Therefore, gross profit equal, they ask gross profit, but selling price also can be calculated. Therefore, gross profit equal 990,000 divided by 60 into 40. This is the way you have to calculate gross profit. මෙතන තියෙන cost එක මේ equation එකේ cost එකට equal වෙන 60 වලට. Therefore this one divided by 60 into 40. That is a gross profit. Therefore 990 divided by 60 into 40. Therefore gross profit equals 660,000. Gross profit equals 660,000. And selling price also can be calculated. Selling price. Selling price also can be calculated by using profit margin. Cost of sales, that is a cost value, equal 60 divided by 60 into 100, that is the selling price. Try to recognize difference between markup and margin. Therefore, divided by 60 into 100. If it has given markup, divided by 100 into 140. How to calculate cost value? If it has given markup, divided by 100 into 40. Divided by 100 into 140 selling price. But this is a margin. Therefore, here answer equal. Selling price equal. Selling price 1,650,000. Now think about requirements. There's prime cost, total production cost, cost of sales, as well as gross profit. Therefore, think about answer. Prime cost equal 873. Cost of production equal 980. Cost of sales equal 990. Gross profit equal 660,000. මේ sum එකේ මම වෙනස් කළා මෙතන production overhead එක. It has given 135,000 but it is wrong. Correct value equal 127,000. MCQ very important. After break I will discuss overhead lesson. Compulsory. දැන් ගොඩාක් ළමයි overhead lesson එක දන්නවා කියලා හිතාගෙන ඉන්න බලන්න. ඒ හින්දා ඒකේ අනිවාර්යෙන් compulsory part එක. ලකුණු ගොඩාක් කට්ටිය ගන්න. ඇයි ළමයි හිතාගෙන ඉන්නවා ඒක දන්නවා allocation apportion දෙක තුනක් දන්න හින්දා සම්පූර්ණ ගානම දන්නවා කියලා හිතාගෙන. ක්ලාස් එකට අනිවාර්යෙන් එන්න compulsory part එකක්. තනියෙන් හදනවට වඩා වැඩි දෙයක් ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන් ටක් ගන්න. මොකද මම lesson එකේ ඒ part එක විතරක් නෙවෙයි ඒ වටේට තියෙන හැම එකක්ම discuss කරන්න නිසා වැදගත් වෙයි class එක. That class will be started again 11 o'clock. ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න බලන්න. Right 11 වලට එන්න.